Hey guys, John here. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. And this is a special user-submitted question. You see, every day on the John Campea Show, people send in questions, and every once in a while they send in a tip or a super chat that's like $50 or more. And when they do, I like to honor that by not only answering the question in the video, but also making its own standalone video, and that's what we're going to do right now. And this one gets sent in to us by Dark Helmet, who writes, "Hey John and Rob, what's your favorite Steve Martin movies? Ours are My Blue Heaven with Rick Moranis and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Michael Caine. Keep up the great work. Sincerely, the Camping with Campea Club." All right, thanks for sending that in. And yeah, listen, when you're talking about Steve Martin, you are simply talking about one of the all-time greats. Whenever Steve Martin appears in a movie, or even when he appears on a stage, and whenever he appears on a stage, you can just expect to be entertained. Whether he's coming on stage to tell jokes, whether he's stepping on stage for a segment at the Academy Awards, whether he's stepping on stage with with his banjo playing his bluegrass music, the dude is just one of the most entertaining guys in the world and one of my favorite comedic performers in films ever. To ask the question, what are your favorite Steve Martin movies? There's obviously a lot of high profile and very classic contenders. I'm going to go with two, though. One won't be so surprising, but one other one might surprise you a little bit. Because I'm not going to go with classics like The Jerk or anything like that, but one is one you've already mentioned, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels has been, for me, one of my top 10 all-time favorite comedies ever since I was kind of a kid and the first time that I watched it. The chemistry between Steve Martin and Michael Caine, and by the way, Star Wars' Emperor himself, Ian McDiarmid, is in that film, but their chemistry together is just insane. As this movie progresses and gets wilder and wilder, it just becomes funnier and funnier every step of the way. And it doesn't matter how many times a year I watch it or how many years go by. Every time I watch Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, I laugh my fool ass off. Portofino? Anyway, it is one of the truly great comedies of all time. Ruprecht. Anyway, make sure you guys watch Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Steve Martin and Michael Caine if you have not done so already. Now, my second pick for my favorite Steve Martin movie is going to be one that maybe a lot of you haven't seen. Like, I think probably a bunch of you have seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. If you haven't, watch it. But the other one is a play on the classic tale of Cyrano de Bergerac. It's Roxanne with Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah. It is such a beautiful, simple story. Again, it's a complete play on the classic story of Cyrano de Bergerac, where, of course, Steve Martin falls in love with the perfect woman, but he feels that because of his physical appearance, specifically his nose, she could never love him. So he tries to get her to fall in love vicariously by giving words to the local town hunk, who's also a very good guy, by the way, but he's absolutely stupid. So he needs Steve Martin to tell him what to say in order to try to get Daryl Hannah to fall in love with him. And it turns into this love triangle, and it's absolutely hilarious. It is a brilliant, beautiful, and wonderful adaptation of the classic story, told in a very Steve Martin way. And listen, I watched it again last year. It holds up. Like, some of the older comedies were great, but they don't necessarily hold up today. I think Roxanne completely holds up today. You know, Daryl Hannah's been in the news a lot lately because of her bare ass and Splash, which Disney Plus CGI'd her long hair. No nudity in this one, but it's great to see Daryl Hannah in another film, and her and Steve Martin together are brilliant and wonderful as well. It's a fantastic movie. So my two picks, if you're looking for a couple of Steve Martin movies, and my favorites are Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, in which he co-stars with Michael Caine, and Roxanne, in which he co-stars with Daryl Hannah. Do check those movies out if you have not done so already. All right, guys, question is, what are your favorite Steve Martin movies? Jump down into the comments section here below and let us know your thoughts. That'll do it for me for now, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. My name's John Campea, and until our next videos, bye-bye.